Victor Wembanyama's jaw-dropping alley-oop dunk sends shockwaves across the NBA. It only took one play, a single, gravity-defying moment, for Victor Wembanyama to once again remind the basketball world that he's unlike anyone we've ever seen before. Midway through the second quarter of the San Antonio Spurs preseason matchup against the Detroit Pistons, the 7'4" French superstar launched himself into the air, caught a lob that looked far too high for any human to reach, and hammered down a one-handed alley-oop dunk that sent fans in the Frost Bank Center into a frenzy. It wasn't just another dunk, it was a statement. The crowd erupted. The Spurs bench exploded. Commentators were left speechless. Social media platforms lit up within seconds, clips of the dunk instantly going viral around the globe. For those watching live, it was another confirmation that Victor Wembanyama isn't just tall, he's transformational. The play that broke the internet. The highlight began innocently enough. Point guard Tre Jones dribbled up the court, calling for a high screen from Wembanyama. The Pistons' defense switched, leaving Wemby momentarily unguarded near the rim. Sensing the opportunity, Jones lobbed the ball too high, most thought, but Wembanyama glided toward the rim like a creature built for basketball physics, reached above everyone's outstretched arms, and caught the ball at its peak before throwing it down with frightening ease. The fans lost it. Veteran forward Keldon Johnson put his hands on his head in disbelief. Assistant coach Brett Brown jumped out of his seat. Even the usually stoic Greg Popovich cracked a grin. "It's unbelievable," Popovich said after the game. "You think you've seen it all with this kid, and then he does something like that. It's not normal, but that's Victor." Wembanyama's impact transcends the highlight reel. What makes the play even more special is that it showcased everything that makes Wembanyama different. His timing, coordination, spatial awareness, and athletic grace, all in one breathtaking sequence. At 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan, the 20-year-old has already become a walking mismatch for opposing teams. But it's not just his size, it's his mobility. Wembanyama moves like a guard, handles the ball like a forward, and defends like a center, a combination rarely seen in the history of the game. In a league filled with extraordinary athletes, Wembanyama continues to redefine what's possible. "He's not human," joked Spurs teammate Devin Vassell after the game. "Every time he catches one of those lobs, I'm just waiting for the rim to break." A growing superstar with sky-high expectations coming off a historic rookie campaign where he averaged 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 3.6 blocks per game, Wembanyama has already been compared to legends like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kevin Durant, and even Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yet what separates him from those comparisons is his age and rapid evolution. Barely into his second season, Wembanyama is already a centerpiece, not just for the Spurs, but for the entire direction of the NBA. Popovich has publicly praised his professionalism, work ethic, and poise, emphasizing how quickly Wemby has adapted to the league's physicality and pace. "He's still just scratching the surface," Popovich said. "He's figuring out where his spots are, how to move, when to attack. Plays like that alley-oop, that's instinct. You can't coach that." The crowd reaction, or shock, and inspiration inside Frostbank Center. The energy shifted the moment the dunk went down. Fans stood for nearly 2 full minutes as the replay aired again and again on the big screen. Some had their phones out, filming. Others just stared, smiling in disbelief. One fan in the front row summed it up perfectly: "You don't see that every day. You don't even see that in video games." By the time the game ended, clips of the play had already amassed over 20 million views on social media. ESPN, Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, and NBA TV all reposted it within minutes, with captions like "Wemby defies gravity" and "The future is now." Even rival players couldn't help but react. LeBron James tweeted, "Man, Wemby different. That's all I'm gonna say." Breaking down the mechanics. Analysts have begun dissecting the dunk from every angle. Sports science experts estimate that Wembanyama's reach on that alley-oop extended over 11 feet, higher than any recorded dunk since Shaquille O'Neal's prime. His reaction time and core balance allowed him to adjust midair without losing control, traits usually reserved for guards and wings. Former NBA player and analyst Richard Jefferson described it best: "It's like watching a 7'4" guard who happens to block shots like Mutombo. You don't know how to defend it. You just hope he misses." A symbol of what's to come for San Antonio, the dunk wasn't just another highlight, it was a sign that the franchise's rebuild is ahead of schedule. The Spurs are quietly assembling one of the most promising young cores in basketball, with Wembanyama at the center. The chemistry between him, Tre Jones, and Vassell continues to develop, giving Spurs fans genuine hope for a return to playoff contention. But beyond wins and losses, Wembanyama's presence has already transformed the city. Merchandise sales have skyrocketed. National broadcasts featuring the Spurs have doubled. Attendance records have been broken. Every game he plays feels like an event. Every play like that dunk adds another chapter to the growing legend. The global effect. Wemby as a worldwide icon in France, the dunk made front-page headlines within hours. French media outlets dubbed him Le Phenom planétaire, the global phenomenon. Kids in Paris, Lyon, and Marseille were seen recreating the play on outdoor courts, mimicking the lob and dunk in viral TikTok videos. Even NBA Commissioner Adam Silver acknowledged the international buzz surrounding Wembanyama is not just a star, he's a bridge between continents. Victor's bringing millions of new fans to basketball. What comes next for Wembanyama? If the preseason is any indication, the 2025-26 season could be Wembanyama's true breakout campaign. Analysts predict he could average close to 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game if he maintains his current trajectory. His improved shooting mechanics, stronger core, and defensive instincts are already turning heads around the league. The Spurs, meanwhile, are emphasizing patience, allowing their young superstar to grow without rushing his development. Still, plays like that alley-oop dunk serve as a reminder that greatness isn't waiting, it's already here. The dunk that defines a generation. Every generation of basketball has a defining image. For Michael Jordan, it was the free throw line dunk. For LeBron James, it was the Miami Crown Me Slam. For Victor Wembanyama, it might just be this alley-oop, the moment the world collectively realized that the NBA has entered a new era. That dunk wasn't just athleticism, said ESPN analyst Brian Windhorst. It was symbolism. It was the passing of the torch. The Spurs may still be a team in progress, but with Wembanyama leading the way, their future looks brighter than ever. Final thoughts. As the final buzzer sounded, Wembanyama walked off the court with his usual calm, no celebration, no chest pounding, just quiet focus. I just tried to make the right play, he said post-game. Saw me cutting, and I finished it. That's basketball. That humility, combined with otherworldly talent, is what makes Victor Wembanyama more than just a superstar. He's a generational force redefining the very limits of the game. The dunk will be replayed for years to come, not only because of its brilliance, but because it captured exactly what makes him special, the impossible, made effortless.